Welcome, pathetic mortals! By some horrible circumstance, it seems that you got lost on the interwebs and ended up in my domain. Mwahaha! Please picture flashes of lightning for me. Thank you. The exits are there, and there, precisely in that order. Oh, wait. You're looking to stay. Huh. I never really had guests before. But that's okay. Welcome to Stories, Lore, and More. I'm your host, Steve, but please call me the Narrator. Anyways, if you stumbled onto this channel, you're probably interested in learning more about ancient history, stories, and the lore of not only our world, but the fantasies that whirl all around us. Maybe you're willing to write a research paper and need some encouragement? Or you just really want to know more about what ancient Egypt and Greece did to influence a popular game like Magic the Gathering? Well, lucky for you, I'm here to help. As a resident history and story buff, I decided that it was time to take to the streets, or YouTube, and start talking about all this jazz. I figure, why suffer through a Shakespeare play or mythology when they're actually meant to be enjoyed? And if I could help in that process, you can be assured that I will. Anyways, sit back, relax, enjoy episode 1 of our new channel's first series, The Egyptians. Today we'll be talking about Sekhmet, the Egyptian goddess of warriors, healing, and getting flat out drunk after a blind massacre of humanity. But first, a little backstory. The Egyptians worshipped a plethora of gods and goddesses in what was known as a pantheon. Pan meaning many, and theon meaning gods. So pantheon means many gods. The Egyptians' pantheon consisted of upwards of several thousand gods and goddesses, depending on the location. But the main pantheon was supposed to be held universally in the Egyptian Empire. Anyways, of the gods and goddesses that anyone familiar with the Egyptian history should know, Sekhmet should be up there. Lion goddess is one of the oldest of the Egyptian deities, and is known as the daughter of Ra, the Egyptians' chief god. Represented as a lion-headed woman, her name means power or might, a name befitting of the mighty huntress goddess. Her favorite color appears to be red, which represented the blood of her enemies and those that she hunted. Yikes, I wonder if that's the new color for prom. Aside from this, the actual worship of Sekhmet was actually pretty popular amongst the Egyptians, and her temple boasted both art of the goddess, statues, reliefs, and paintings, as well as keeping actual lions in the temple. Can I just take a moment to stress that there are actual lions in this building where people lived? Like, dang, lions are my favorite animal and all, but I wouldn't want to live amongst them. I guess you could say that they're a really prideful bunch. When it came to godly powers, Sekhmet was the one to have on your side. The goddess was in charge of healing and plagues, and was known to be unstoppable in wartime. This was so terrifying to the native Egyptians that they would actually offer sacrifices to her at the end of battles in order to get her to chill out. If there was a hot-headed goddess for the Egyptians, it was Sekhmet. Probably the most well-known story about this bloodlusting kitty was that according to the Egyptians, Ra was angry with mankind for not worshipping him. So he goes to his dad in order to ask what to do. The dad decided, hey man, you know what a really good idea is? Why don't you just take your eyeball out and send it to punish the world? And Ra thought that was a great idea. So he popped out his eye in surprise. It became Sekhmet. The angry lion goddess did what female lions do best and just killed everything and everyone in her path, all to make her dad happy. Eventually realizing the terror that he had unleashed on the world, Ra decided to try to get his daughter to chill out. But she had the old, "You can't tell me what to do, Dad. I'm my own deity now," chat, and didn't listen to him, continuing to go on her slaughter spree. Well, Papa Ra didn't like being ignored, so he thought up of a great idea. What if I get my daughter drunk? I'm sure that will solve the issue. So he poured a metric butt-ton of beer and mixed it with blood, which he knew that his lion lady daughter would want to drink. Well, it turns out that he was right, and she downed the blood like a cat does milk and passed out soon afterwards. Upon waking up about several days later, she felt a lot calmer and returned to Ra without a problem, thus becoming the protector goddess of the Egyptians instead of the slaughter queen. Later, she became a lion mother of a son named Mahahes, who just couldn't wait to be king. I might get back to him later, but all that's super important to know about the guy was that he was a later addition to the pantheon when Egypt had been conquered by another nation. Some scholars debate this, but Sekhmet was believed to be the wife of Ptah, another Egyptian deity whose specialty was healing, because I'm sure that the ravaging killer and chill doctor dude would make a perfect couple. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Well, there you have it. Our first episode went down without too much of a hitch, I think. If you like the video and channel, please leave a like, subscribe to stay updated on more content, and let your friends know so that we can grow. This is the Narrator, from Stories, Lore, and More, reminding you that stories are awesome.